Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome to the second episode of the StaleFace podcast. I apologize, I started that entirely too fast.
What's up, y'all?
I was like,
Can you dig it, baby?
Exactly. So, yeah, my name is Cooks, at Live by Cooks on Instagram, and the page for StaleFace is at StaleFace Inc. on IG. So make sure you follow both of those, and I'll let Tecumseh introduce himself and his social media so you can follow him as well.
Tecumseh _X.
Spell it.
TECUMSEH _X. That's on Instagram. And again, I will reiterate, StaleFace Inc. on Instagram is at StaleFace Inc. All one word. Not case sensitive, nothing like that. Because everything's lowercase on Instagram anyway.
Exactly.
So
there's no reason. I will follow you back if you let me know that you listen to this and everything. Today's podcast is kind of different from the last one we did, where we were talking more about the brand and what it stands for and what it means to us. Today is kind of more of a business talk-ish type thing. So basically what we're going to be talking about today is how we plan. We've kind of had not a big shift, but a shift in our thinking, and so we're going to share with you guys what our shift is, why we had it, and how we are going to proceed from now. So can you tell us a little bit about the shift we're going to have?
So the shift that we're going to make is basically going to be talking more about us as individuals, but just giving you all the 411 on our perspectives and lives, and making ourselves relatable to everybody. Not just so much, trying to sell a product or anything like that. Not that we were anyway. We're not like used car salesmen out here trying to like push the pre-owned Honda Civic on you, nothing like that.
With 185,000 miles.
Right. We definitely just want to, we want you all to get to know us, and, so that you know that we are, authentic in how we feel about our mission and, our everyday lives, not just, we're not just putting on a facade trying to get rich or anything like that.
Exactly. Now we are doing this for profit. I'm not beyond saying that.
I mean, yeah, no, yeah.
I'm just like I'm big enough to say stuff like that. So, we want y'all to know that we are the brand as much as the brand is us. So we feel like you being able to relate to us in our daily lives and why we've pursued this venture and how we feel about it and how we're operating will be essential for you to learn to understand the brand better. I'm one of those people that if you know the artist, you'll understand the artwork better. So that's what we want you to be able to do, is understand us as the quote-unquote artists so you can understand the brand that we've created better.
When you said we are the brand as much as the brand is us, first thing I thought of was we are the world.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And we ain't no children.
Just see Lionel Richie and Michael Jackson.
Hey, no, you can get out.
and everybody in the studio.
StaleFace has just lost one of his founding members. But yeah, so now what we're going to be doing, just kind of game planning now. We just had a big brainstorming session and just taking insight that we're getting from the Founders Academy and we're getting through Gerard Adams and just him talking about social currency and building up who we are and what we stand for and the character that we have is really essential to getting the brand off the ground. And also I watched a video with, I think his name is John Lucas. It's either John Lucas or John Adams. I remember he has like an older sounding name. No offense if you're listening to this, but it does sound a little old. And he was talking about when he was a doorman and the relationships that he built with the people that lived in the building when he was a doorman helped him when he was starting his business. So we want to be able to, one, build that relationship with you on an individual level before we build that relationship with the brand. So we don't want to shove the brand on you before you even know who we are. We want to give you guys enough information about us so that you can believe in us, and then subsequently through believe us as we go into the brand. So yeah, that was kind of convoluted backward. Do you have anything you'd like to say?
Well, there's no real transition, transition into going into this.
There's no clutch.
Right. It's just kind of really talking, and I am, in the way I guess I want to approach this is by asking for feedback from people who are listening to this, so that we can relate, simply because, everybody has a different path that they walk every day. And, what types of things people are going through, I know what I'm going through every day. I know this has been a turbulent week for me. Just having, financial things go haywire. Financial things going haywire. My regular 9-to-5 job just unfortunate calamity happening. While I'm literally sitting in front of the gate, not moving. I don't want to tell the whole story, but yeah, that just something happened that just is unfortunate, but things happen, and one thing that we have talked about a lot in particular today was like the mind priming, and that's something that is conscious and subconscious. If you don't know what mind priming is, an example of it is, when you think about your favorite car or your favorite food, or, just one specific subject that you envision in your mind, and then all of a sudden you just start seeing it all over the place. Mm-hmm. Because you have basically created that image in your mind, and so now it's easy for you to kind of recognize and point out. I don't know what type of English accent that was I just had a second ago, but you now are able to really recognize it out of the crowd of anything. Mm-hmm. Like if and it's really crazy. Because you really do. And I mean, like, I'm looking for a new car right now, and the specific car I want, now I see that same color and style, like, everywhere. And it's really crazy. And that's what that's like the conscious, mm-hmm. That's the consciousness of mind priming. He was telling me earlier, Cooks was telling me earlier that subconscious mind priming is like, you reading something about kids, or reading something about, a particular demographic or something like. So what he was telling me earlier is, there was a study. I won't take this on too long. I'll try to shorten it up. But there was a study of two groups of people. One group of people had, information about the elderly, and then the other group had other random information. So then, when the two groups were
walking, after they finished the reading session, they walked down the hall, and the group of people that had read about the elderly walked, I think it was like 25 to 30% slower down the hall than the rest of the group. And so that's part of your subconscious mind priming, because you're in your head, you're associating all those things: old, retired, feeble, and you're subconsciously.
Sounds terrible.
I know. I mean, like I was thinking of other words. I couldn't think of any.
Feeble, pathetic.
Exactly. But you associate all those things, and your brain absorbs all that information and begins to act out what's going on. And so that even goes into your circle of influence that you have, because if the people around you are, even if you're not partaking in some of the things that they're doing, you can have a group of people around you that are in your circle of influence who are subconsciously influencing you, and you're acting it out subconsciously, even though you're not an active participant. So I feel like that's a big reason why I'm just going to keep referring back to this because we just learned about this today. And the Founders Academy, your circle of influence is really, really important. You have to legit take inventory and audit who you're spending time with. Peter Vu talks about that you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And so when you take that into account with, if you're not moving forward, you're moving backward, you always have to be like, are these people building me up? Are they giving me good habits? Are they giving me things I can take into my life so I can be successful and be innovative and be just continue to progress? Or are they telling me things that are going to keep me in where I am, or worse, pull me back to wherever their level is, if they're lower than you, quote unquote, just whatever. So it's really, really important to understand that even though we're conscious of the conscious brain priming, when there's unconscious influences going on, you have to be even more conscious of those, because your unconscious is there all the time. Your conscious, you can turn on and off. Confusing. Let me explain. You don't have to actively drive your car unless something weird is happening. You can drive your car on autopilot. If a car pulls out in front of you, or you need to get around another car, or something like that happens, then your conscious brain kicks in and is like, okay, I need to take action. Something's happening. Mm-hmm. And so if you're not taking inventory of the unconscious influences that you have in your life, those will begin to become your norm, even more than your conscious activity, because your subconscious is always working. When you're walking, you don't have to think left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot. It just happens. So all that to say, be very, very, very careful, very, very, very wary, and very, very, very attentive to who you have around you. Don't let that be a passive choice. And yeah, that's my spiel for today. I read a lot, and that was a part of the book I was reading. By the way, Thinking Fast and Slow by Daniel Kahneman. Read it. Just Google Thinking Fast and Slow, and you'll be able to find it.
That's like Kahneman?
Kahneman?
Yeah, that is. I mean, how many times have we heard, in our throughout our lives, peer pressure, and you are who you hang around, and even in unfortunate legal matters, you can be guilty by association.
Exactly.
And that's the worst situation to be in. You didn't even do nothing, but you were with them. So you're guilty just because you was around. So definitely, like you said, take inventory of, who you're around every day, because things, you do begin to act out and do things that you don't even know that you're doing. And it's attributed to your unconscious mind honestly being more influential to what you're doing than what you're doing. Yeah. And we didn't want to get on a whole entire podcast of
psychology is the
unconsciousness and stepping into cerebral and everything like that from X-Men. But that's just what the conversation led. But I mean, this is still you getting to know us and seeing that we really do study this stuff. Yeah. And we really do, think about these things, because we are trying to, level up our circle of influence. Like, I'll put it out there. I'll tell them myself. I sit at work all the time and listen to Christmas music because it makes me happy. It puts me in a good mood. I'll listen to that,
and that's a part of brain priming too. But I'm letting you
or I will listen to Disney music because it puts me.
Lion King go hard.
It puts me in a good mood, and it helps me. It helps me to work more productively because I'm mind priming myself into a euphoric positive state of mind, and it helps me to get through the day. It helps those 8-9 hours go by faster because I'm not thinking about how how slow this day is going, especially on days like when it might be raining outside all day, when you have and that affects people too. It's like weather conditions. You wake up in the morning and no clouds in the sky, completely sunny, mild outside. You're gonna feel good because it's a beautiful day outside, blue skies, and blue is a color of trust and a color of trustworthiness. And I forgot, I've studied color psychology a while ago, but